For a special grand jury in Atlanta looking into election interference.
Giuliani, an attorney and close ally of former President Trump, has been ordered to testify on August 9th. It's part of the probe in Fulton County, Georgia, over efforts to help Trump seize a second White House term despite losing the 2020 election. Other Trump allies have already been subpoenaed in the probe, including attorneys John Eastman and Senator Lindsey Graham. Linda Kenyon, CBS News.
Congressional investigators hold another primetime hearing tonight to zero in on what former President Trump did and didn't do on January 6th. Republican Adam Kinzinger told CBS's Face the Nation he expects it'll be, quote, opening people's eyes in a big way.
We keep getting new people coming in every day with information, willing to go on the record. So it's been amazing how since these hearings have started, the amount of information we're getting has just rapidly accelerated.
The school superintendent in Uvalde, Texas, is finally recommending Police Chief Pete Arredondo be fired. He's blamed for the botched response to the shooting massacre that took the lives of 19 children and 2 teachers at an elementary school. A Telemundo news crew captured a tense confrontation between a victim's family member and the shooter's mother, Adriana Martinez.
I know my son was a coward. You don't think I don't know that? I know. You don't think I'm carrying all that with me? You don't think I don't know? I know. And I'm sorry.
New study shows children who know about their mother's genetic cancer risk may be better off. CBS's Michael George.
According to researchers at Georgetown University, young people born with mothers who carry the deadly gene for cancer are more knowledgeable about the disease than those born to healthy mothers. They also found detrimental lifestyle behaviors, such as alcohol or tobacco use, did not vary among children.
This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
Dick Morris says Donald Trump is running again. The famed political strategist reveals Trump's secret plan for 2024 in his new bestseller, The Return. In The Return, find out the 3 big threats Trump faces, including from big tech. Dick Morris says Trump will win and shares the plan. Newsmax says you must read The Return, an Amazon #1 bestseller. Find Dick Morris's The Return in bookstores or see the free offer. Go to thereturn911.com. That's thereturn911.com.
If you're like me and suffer from toenail fungus, please pay close attention. Nail fungus isn't just a cosmetic problem. It can also be dangerous. But no matter what I tried, it seemed like my fungus would never go away. Then I discovered Crystal Flush, the new FDA-registered at-home treatment. This unique 2-step system flushes out fungus at its source and reverses damaged nails. Call now, and for a limited time, you can try Crystal Flush risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-764-9219. That's 800-764-9219.
Here's some advice for keeping your pets safe in the sweltering heat.
AVMA President Dr. Jose Arce warns, in sweltering temperatures, many dogs die every year from heat stress.
They're left in parked vehicles, or because they're left in places outside without a shade and without access to water.
Arce says cats aren't immune from heat either, even if they are used to being outside.
Cats are also at risk for heat exhaustion.
He says cats can also get sunburn, and felines with flat faces like Persians can suffer from heat stroke. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
The hottest new drink on restaurant menus. The Beltini, made with cheese sauce-infused vodka, vermouth, and olive brine, garnished with jumbo Velveeta shells and Velveeta stuffed green olives, all in a cheese-rimmed glass. The BLT Steakhouse chain has them on menus for $15 a drink while supplies last. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Is your prostate secretly being destroyed without you knowing it? All the ads for these prostate pills like Super Beta Prostate, Soft Palmetto, ProstaStream, Prostagenics, and others, want to know which pills work and which are garbage? Now you can. Get a free copy of the new guide, Prostate Secrets, that pulls back the curtain on the prostate pill industry. Learn what is really in these pills. Which pill has over 987 adverse event reports filed against it with the FDA? It's shocking. Learn the one food to avoid that is a prostate killer, and discover the 3 so-called health foods that destroy your prostate. Get your free copy at prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com. This free guide will show you how to...
I'll give you my pearls of wisdom later.
It's probably too early.
Yes, sure. Yeah, you got. I gotta let you wake up. Yeah, little later. Yeah. Make sure you get it. Exactly.
Get out and enjoy the sun. At Tallahassee Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's easy with the Make This the Summer event. The all-new Grand Wagoneer is here and ready for you and the great family fun. Summer is a blast in the new Dodge Charger or Dodge Challenger with 0% APR for 72 months. Make this the summer. Hop online. We're here by chat, text, and phone to help you. TallahasseeAutomotive.com. Drive a little, save a lot. With approved credit plus finance from Chrysler County. 13.88% finance deal between toll factory setup. See deal.
Don't miss Sean Hannity. Biden Incoherently appears live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Audible this summer. Fire up your imagination with Audible. Listen to comedies, thrillers, mysteries, and more. It's everything you want in audio entertainment. All in the Audible app.
Morning, guys.
Sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com.
First alert heads up towards heavy showers and storms are possible. 50 to 60% chance. Scattered showers and storms really this afternoon and this evening, and the best chance comes later this afternoon, the second half of the afternoon into the evening, and any of the storms that come through could have strong to damaging wind gusts, some hail, as well as very heavy rain and a lot of lightning. Highs before the storms get here well into the 90s. Another chance of scattered showers and storms, but no severe weather for Friday. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Thursday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate systems moving smoothly into and through the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville. No problems on 231 South coming out of Wetumpka or north out of Troy. At ReinhardtToyota.com, you can see and purchase vehicles that are on order, haven't arrived yet. Get the Toyota you want at ReinhardtToyota.com. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Attention River Region listeners, take advantage of 4 new tires with no money down at Chico's Auto Pros, Montgomery's #1 rated tire store. Chico's Auto Pros.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Thursday. Starting with the latest on the monkeypox outbreak, the state of Alabama has confirmed 2 new cases of monkeypox. We don't know where the 2 new cases were reported, but the 2 previous cases were reported in Mobile and Jefferson counties. More health news this morning. The Omicron subvariant of the COVID-19 virus continues to fuel a new wave of cases. Data from the Alabama Department of Public Health shows 669 Alabamians are in the hospital with COVID-19, that number nearly 7 times higher than 2 months ago. WSFA 12 News and the 12 News Defenders have teamed up with local volunteers to launch a new service called Call for Action. It's designed to help consumers who feel like their rights have been violated. Help you can call the Call for Action phone bank. It's open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 1-800-220-2001 or visit our website, WSFA.com. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
It's a fact. Guys hate
Look at that
going
Karen
to bed.
line.
But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson and the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
When it's time to get a new vehicle, Larry Puckett Chevrolet is the best place to find your new Chevy or a great used car. New cars, SUVs, and trucks are being delivered daily, and Larry Puckett has their largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in over a year. Check them out online at LarryPuckett.com or visit them on Cobbsford Road in Prattville. And if you have an extra vehicle, bring it in for an instant cash offer. Whether you're selling or trading, your vehicle will never be worth more. Larry Puckett Chevrolet, where the customers do the talking.
Ron's Roofing knows that when a storm damages your roof, it's hard to know what to do next. Easy. Rely on the most trusted and recognized roofing name, Ron's Roofing. They'll help protect you from the next storm. Ron's Roofing understands that your roof is your home's first line of defense. That's why they work with all insurance companies to ensure that your home is protected from any unexpected storms. A job won't get the Ron's Roofing name on it unless it's done right. Visit ronsroofing.com or call 215-0070.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Only $49.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings. Late night eating,
time to go to work.
Stress eating, and stop smoking.
Vacation week next week.
Is designed to destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. The weight loss seminar is Wednesday, July 27th at Hilton Garden Inn East in Montgomery from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Registration begins at 5 p.m. Stop smoking seminar starts at 8 p.m. Registration starts at 7:30 p.m.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. You need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear,
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine once again, if you can. It is another day that the Lord has made, and you ought to be thankful. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. It is time for our daily bread. It's a Thursday, July the 21st, 2022 AD. Today's daily bread is simply entitled something that everybody knows. Mr. Ed likes to remind me all the time, God sees you. The scripture insight today comes from Genesis 16, 7 through 16th verse. You are the God who sees me. That is our scripture insight for today, July the 21st, 2022 AD. And this day, like all the other days, it's a day that has never been. It is also a day that once it's gone, it will never, ever be again. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do this day. So whatever it is that you decide to do this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day, July the 21st, 2022 AD. And don't forget, you cannot summon it from the past. You don't get a do-over. So make the best of it. If you have lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace of God and a lot of mercy thrown in, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? Well, whatever you do, when you can, reach back and lend a helping hand while you can, for whom you can, for as long as you can, until you can't. Benjamin Elijah Mays once said that whatever we do in life, we should do it so well that no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say, if you live your life that way, then you'll always be successful. Oh, you may fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say, rest if you can. Give out if you must. But you never, ever, ever quit. You never give up. Because quitters don't win. And winners, while they may fail at a thing or two, they'll never be a failure because they always put one foot in front of the other. They keep going. They keep moving. They never give up. So don't you. Never, ever give up. It is a great day to be alive. Isn't it always? God sees you. That's our daily bread for today, July the 21st. Good morning, Montgomery. It's time to rise and shine.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading titled, God Sees You, was written by Karen Huang. Early mornings can be painful for my friend Alma, a single mom of two. She says, when everything is quiet, worries surface. As I do household chores, I think about our financial concerns and the kids' health and studies. When her husband abandoned her, Alma bore the responsibility of raising her children on her own. It's difficult, she says, but I know God sees me and my family. He gives me the strength to work 2 jobs, provides for our needs, and lets my kids experience his guidance each day. Hagar, an Egyptian maidservant in Genesis chapter 16, understood what it meant to be seen by God. After she got pregnant by Abram, she began to despise Sarai, who in turn mistreated her, causing Hagar to flee to the desert. Hagar found herself alone, facing a future that seemed bleak and hopeless for her and her unborn child. But it was in the desert that the angel of the Lord met her and said, "The Lord has heard of your misery." The angel of God gave Hagar guidance on what to do, and he assured her of what the future would hold. From her, we learn one of the names of God, El Roi, the God who sees me. Like Hagar, you may be on a difficult journey, feeling lost and alone. But remember that even in the wasteland, God sees you. Reach out to him and trust him to guide you through. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Genesis chapter 16, verses 7 through 16. The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the desert. It was the spring that is beside the road to Shur. And he said, "Hagar, slave of Sarai, where have you come from, and where are you going?" "I'm running away from my mistress Sarai," she answered. Then the angel of the Lord told her, "Go back to your mistress and submit to her." The angel added, "I will increase your descendants so much that they will be too numerous to count." The angel of the Lord also said to her, "You are now pregnant, and you will give birth to a son. You shall name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard of your misery. He will be a wild donkey of a man. His hand will be against everyone and everyone's hand against him, and he will live in hostility toward all his brothers. She gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her. You are the God who sees me. For she said, I have now seen the one who sees me. That is why the well was called Bir Lahai Roi. It is still there between Kadesh and Bered. So Hagar bore Abram a son, and Abram gave the name Ishmael to the son she had born. Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore him Ishmael. Let's pray. God, we thank you for the assurance that we'll never have to journey through life alone. We know that you see us and that you'll always be with us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Joyce Dinkins, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
All right, it's time to rise and shine. Time to get up. Let's get it. Last day of PT. Last day of PT. Here we go. All the way gotta be. Let's get up. Let's get on it. Come on now. Airborne. Every day we run to the sun. No sweat. No sweat. Now they get down in the mess all on my knee. We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. Nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. The bread was molded and the meat was bad. Oh, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Hey, you know darn well now. Can't eat that. Here we go. All the way, and be rough and tough, airborne, all the way. When I was young, I always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, easing the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right, jump from an aircraft while in flight. All the way airborne, sat down, way driving on. All the way airborne, all the way driving on. Early one morning in the drizzling rain, well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light, lead with the drilling flow. Oh, yes, I'm motivated this morning. Who's calling PT? All right then, let's get it. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. All right, now it's time for PT. Somebody get started made first 39 and tell him right now. Somebody call the mayor of the city. Tell him he's time to run too. Let's get on it. Here we go. Last morning. Okay. Run a little, run some more. And no left foot slaps the ground. Well, I need to hear what a clapping sound. All right, a clapping sound. But I'm airborne all the way, and up, and good, and be Hollywood, looking good all night. I had to be. Sound off. In the rear, keep it tight. In the middle, dress it right. In the front, rock steady, rough and ready. 80 deuce. Here we come. 80 deuce. Airborne. Leading me. Rough and tough. Hey you. How you feel? Feeling good. All right. Dynamite. Out of sight. Feeling good. Motivated. Dedicated. Woo! Is it over yet? Wanna be? Airborne. Woo! Okay. All right, that's PT for the week right there. We made it through it. We did it. We ran 8 miles this week. Good. That's good. With old crew. We're the reserve crew. Okay, I'm just saying. And now, we pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States of America. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force. I ain't figured out what the space people do yet, but they out there. Matter of fact, we got a Space Force out on Maxwell. I ran into some of them the other day. And they actually got U.S. Space Force on the uniform. So I guess it's official now. We got Space Force. All right, good job, guys. Good job. That's when I figure out what you do, I'll give you some more props. And let's pay homage to our local heroes, Montgomery Police Department, Chief Daryl Albert. Let's talk about our Sheriff Department, which is High Sheriff Derek Cunningham. Let's talk about our leader of our great city of Montgomery, Mr. Stephen Lewis Reed. Let's talk about Mr. Jordan, who is head of our fire department, our fire medics. I tell you what, we got a bunch of great folks, but let's not forget the Alabama State Troopers. I'm not going to call them Aaliyah. I can't stand that name. Okay? I just can't handle it. State Troopers. And first of all, let's say good morning to Maxwell Air Force Base in Gunner, because after all, this is an Air Force town. And we welcome all the people from all over the world who come here to train with the best. We like to call them our Top Guns. Yeah, I came up with that myself. I mean, I come up with the name Top Gun. You know what I'm saying? I'm just applying it. All right? Okay, don't worry about it. Their motto is Semper Fidelis, or Semper Fi. Depends on what part of the country you're from. But whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it all means the same thing. Always faithful. The United States Marines. Don't worry, I got this special place in my heart for Marines. You know, I do. I mean, they can't help it, but I got a special place. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that story one more time why the Marines stuck it to me, okay? Somebody don't pay me for that. And last but certainly not least, my own alma mater, amongst many, many, many others, the United States Army. Good morning, 50-50. Or like we say, Sergeant Major. Wait, think that's it? I don't think so. Go rolling along. Okay. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Y'all doing pretty good? Is anybody up this morning? Is anybody actually up? Because I do a lot of prep for this hour every morning. I get motivated. I get extra. Even when I'm tired, I get motivated and ready to roll. Because I know that some mornings are tougher than others. Okay. But again, every morning is a good morning. Some just a little tough sometimes. For you, me, and everybody else. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day fun. Got some things to share with you. Now, I do have a guest coming at 7 o'clock. Leo Spencer, young man, younger than I am, because they ain't very hard. When you're the oldest guy on the whole floor up here, it's kind of. Everybody you run into is younger than you. So that's not a big deal. But I like him. He's from I forgot which church. I know Dad is Leo Spencer Senior. And so we're going to talk to him today about some religious thing. We're only going to get about 45 minutes with him, but that's okay. That's enough to change some of your ways. Hopefully it will be. But he'll be here around 7:10, somewhere like that, so we can come off that last break. Anyway, good morning to you. But until then, let's talk about some subjects of the day. You got lessons of life coming up. Plus, I got some other information that you guys gonna like. I believe. I'm glad we settled that issue yesterday. And I found, now here's what I found. Now, it's a rumor. I don't know if it's true, but I got a rumor. Rumor control has it that the city council wants to bring back up the NDO, the November Delta Oscar ordinance again. Now, I'm not sure. I'm hearing it. My sources are pretty they are unimpeachable, impeccable. Okay, sources. So we'll see how that works out. If that's the case, they better do it while I'm on vacation. Because if they don't do it while I'm on vacation, when I come back and marshal my forces, then we will defeat them. So maybe the mayor knows I'm going on vacation, and so they're going to try to pass it by while I'm not here. Okay, so y'all need to keep your feet to the ground, your ear to the floor. You need to find out what's happening down there at City Hall. Okay. We don't need anybody with special privileges because of their proclivities to do certain things that the rest of us not willing to do. And we, the regular folks, we don't need any special privileges either. Everybody got the same privilege, And congratulations. Okay, now, I and the mayor don't agree on that, but congratulations on the city of Montgomery. Again, the mayor and the city, the leaders here are getting some pretty good jobs into Montgomery, which goes to the point of this. They've told us, well, if you don't bend over literally and welcome certain proclivities, then businesses won't come here. That's a lie. Business cares about business. It's about the money. It's about, can your workforce handle the job? Well, you certainly can't handle the job when you come to work all day long. You think about what you're going to do to each other. Okay, leave that crap at your house. Leave it wherever you go. But when you come to work, it doesn't make any difference whether you trans this, trans that, gay this, gay. Nobody cares anymore. That's between you and God, not us. So stop telling us. I don't care. Okay, can you do the job? I'm sitting here at Hyundai. I got to put the left wheel on. You got to put the right wheel on. As long as you can get the right wheel on, I get the left wheel on. Then we're doing our job. Okay. Can we stop bringing such external issues into the workplace? Used to be you came to work just to work. You didn't come to work to tell everybody what you did last night. Okay. Although some of the stuff you guys do at night is kind of interesting. Truth be told, but I want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So let's just go to work, do our job, make that money. That's right. Make that moolah. Get them shekels together. Get some of that cheese and whatever else they call money these days. I'm not sure. Okay. Now I got to go to a break. But what's this? Wait a minute. Ed. I can only handle you once a day. So you call me back next hour. Okay then. I can only handle you once a day. I can't handle you twice. Anyway, so let me take a break. And we'll come back uno momento. Okay, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. And what else I got going on here? Where's my other song at? I can't find it. Okay, all right then. I don't know where my other song went. Okay, but I had some for you guys. I had some for you, but it's okay. I'll give you this one right here. Okay, I'll do this one for you right here because I don't know what my other one is. Anyway, let's take a break, and we'll be back in a few minutes with lessons of life and things of that nature. But I hope this day finds you well. I hope your day finds you well, and be thankful for this day because it was never, ever, ever, ever promised. There are no guarantees about these days. So every last one of them, you be thankful for it. We'll be back right after this. First time ever. I'm taking vacation. I don't believe it. Yeah, I can't. It's hard to believe. I'm going to take one for the first time. Going to the Big Apple. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll be back.
First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Discover. Some banks can make it complicated to redeem credit card rewards. But with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
The first alert heads up for today. Showers and storms are possible. About a 50 to 60% chance. Scattered showers and storms really this afternoon into this evening. And the best chance comes later this afternoon, the second half of the afternoon into the evening. And any of the storms that come through could have strong to damaging wind gusts, some hail, as well as very heavy rain and a lot of lightning. Highs before the storms get here well into the 90s. Another chance of scattered showers and storms, but no severe weather for Friday.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities to send you on an alternate route. You keep listening, and we'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Summer's in full swing at Festival Plaza. Stop by Bougie Nails and Spa. Sheer experience, Winger Sports Grill, and more. Festival Plaza, Taylor and Vaughn, a JLL managed development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Call the tire experts at Chico's Auto Pros, where you'll get the price match guarantee and free extras like roadside assistance, local towing, and free balance and rotation. Chico's Auto Pros.
Call of Duty fans can rejoice as Activision Blizzard just announced Championship Weekend 2022, the largest yearly event in the Call of Duty League. The top 8 teams in the league will be fighting to win it all starting on August 4th at the USC Galen Center, located in Los Angeles. Once this season is concluded, all players will be able to shift their focus onto Modern Warfare 2, which will be the game played in the league for the next couple of years.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
The head groundskeeper at Thad's Golf Course just retired.
You can find someone in the next 2 weeks. Someone with botany and management experience.
He needs a replacement because the greens are already looking a little rough.
Aeration. They need to know it all.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by interviewing on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
This is a court-ordered notice. If you were subject to the data breaches of the United States Office of Personnel Management and you experienced an out-of-pocket loss after the breaches, you could be eligible for a payment from a class action settlement. To see if you're eligible, go to opmdatabreach.com or call 1-855-917-3567. That's opmdatabreach.com or call 1-855-917-3567.
Anthony was working a dead-end job.
I was surviving, but I wasn't getting ahead anymore.
A friend told him about My Computer Career.
She's like, I'm already in the program. She's like, you'd be crazy if you don't do it. So I jumped right in and have not regretted it.
Anthony did it all online.
All you gotta do is have an internet connection, and you can do it.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
You need to check out My Computer Career. If it worked for me, it'll definitely work for you too.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
This is Jeff Baranko with Chappie's Deli.
And Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli.
Mike, let's talk about our Chappie's Deli vinegar slaw.
Oh yeah, I love it. So tasty and good for you. Perfect on any sandwich too.
We get lots of calls from people wanting the recipe.
And just like Coca-Cola, Colonel Sanders, and my age, it's a secret.
Mike, why don't we give out the recipe right now on this commercial?
Jeff, I don't think that's a good idea.
First, you shred cabbage, then on a slicer.
Jeff.
Then you add 1 cup of, a pint of, and a teaspoon of. Hey, what's going on?
Well, that's weird. I knew this thing would come in handy. Folks, come get your secret recipe slaw at any Chappie's Deli. Mary Hill, Pepper Tree, South, Prattville, and all.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed for only $49.99. That's right, weight loss seminar Wednesday, July 27th at the Hilton Garden East in Montgomery. Time is 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Registration begins at 5 p.m. Stop smoking seminar starts at 8 p.m. Registration starts 7:30 p.m.
Here in the South, the summer heat can be brutal. But work on your property never is. You need equipment that's fast, efficient, and versatile. That's exactly what you get. John Deere equipment from SunSouth.
Okay,
like
then.
An easy-to-use John Deere 3025E tractor with loader starting at only $295 a month. So you'll beat the heat, plus you'll save time and money. For quality John Deere equipment, come see us at SunSouth. Equipment for those that do.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Expires July 30th, 2022.
Being here with Just Blinds in Prattville, your trusted source for all things quality and beauty when it comes to window treatments for your home. Well, no question, the summertime heat has arrived in full force. Let us at Just Blinds help you not only cool down your home and your outdoor living space, we'll also help you save money on those cooling bills. How do we do that? Easy. With the latest energy-efficient shades and blinds, complete with a range of options for motorization and automation. Visit our Just Blinds showroom in Prattville or online at gojustblinds.com. And stay cool, everyone.
Mark Patrick Seminars is coming to Montgomery Wednesday, July 27th for one day only. Here, Mark talks about how hypnosis works to help people lose weight or stop smoking.
We all have an image of ourselves. And that image, if we have an image of a non-smoker, we attract non-smoker behaviors and beliefs. So we have an image of a smoker, we attract the habits of a smoker. If we have an image of a person who is overweight, we live up to those expectations. So one of the things we focus on with our programs is this, is we work on, at the subconscious level, the image or snapshot of yourself. If you have a healthy image, you attract healthy habits. We work on, under hypnosis, taking the pleasure association out for smokers that they have towards smoking, putting back in what they already know consciously, that it's a filthy, disgusting habit that they never wish they start in the first place, that's killing them dead. And we get them out of these sessions feeling good about themselves, and guess what? They want to do these things instead of feel like they have to do them.
Don't miss Mark Patrick Seminars, Wednesday, July 27th at the Hilton Garden Inn East. For more information, go to markpatrickseminars.com.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
It's all right with me.
Hey, if you don't like Al Green, sorry about that. I love my life. Okay. With you. Ow! Okay. What a way to wake up in the morning. Since we've been together. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to leave that alone. This ain't the disco show. But Al Green's always good to listen to, no matter what. Of course, he's preaching now. That Al Green get some hot grits put on him. How to make you preach. I'm trying to tell you. Woo! Was that Marvin Gaye? Somebody got some hot grits put on them, and hot grits will make you say all kinds of things, even when they're not getting put on you, thrown on you. Anyway, good morning to you. It's a great day to be alive, and I hope you're enjoying your life thus far. There are many, many things to come if you just let it play out. Good morning. All right, you know what time it is. It is time for the lessons of life today. And the things, some of the things that have happened on this day in the history of the world, you can never get them all. Because what is history? History is everything every man, woman, and child has ever felt, seen, or done. Okay, so we'll never get all of history. We can just get somebody's interpretation of what their history is. All right, we'll get more into it. Now, the word of the day. It's an interesting word. It means having extreme conditions or having or showing a lack of emotional calmness or control. Now, of course, that certainly does not identify me because I'm always calm and in control. Okay, but this is what this word means. Again, it means having extreme conditions or having or showing a lack of emotional calmness or control. So we know they're not talking about me because I am the man. If you look in the dictionary and it says calmness, you'll see a picture of me. Okay, just like if you go in there and talk about other things, you'll see a picture of me also. Okay, so what is the word? Intemperate. Intemperate means having extreme conditions or having or showing a lack of emotional calmness or control. Let me use this word in a sentence. So I'm going down to the principal's office, right? I'm finna complain to my teacher. Principal Johnson, well, it just seemed like our teacher, George, Mr. George down there, is intemperate when he teaches. I mean, he lacks, emotional calmness or control. And he lets us get on his nerve. So maybe he ought to do something else. Can you check and see, get him a job at McDonald's? Cooking them burgers? Them burgers don't talk back. I'm just saying. That's what intemperate is. It means having extreme conditions or showing a lack of emotional calmness or control. I'm pretty sure you guys know people like that. Okay. I just showed you how to use it in a, Now, if you get a job evaluation, and if you see that word on your evaluation, you need to go clean out the desk because you won't be there much longer. I'm just saying you might want to, keep that in mind and check that right now so they can't call you intemperate. Okay, I'm just saying. Lessons of life. Now, these are the things you learn by living. You can hear about them your whole life, but you don't learn them until you've lived it. And so today's lesson of life is no different. Okay? Now, I sure hope you guys are taking these things that I'm giving you every morning and applying them in the appropriate fashion. All right? But here's today's lessons of life. If you are not willing to fight for it, and there are a lot of people, and you're going to meet in your life, talk a good game. They talk, but they're not really willing to fight for it. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, I mean, they'll say, we need to go down there. We need to do this, and we need to do that. Well, it's always we, but it ain't never me. I need to do this, okay? So you know people like that, right? Okay, well, if you're not willing to fight for it, and if you wonder why you haven't got that raise, you wonder why you don't have a better job, because you can't get one sitting at home talking about you want one. You got to get out there, you got to beat the hump, and you got to get turned down 40,000 times. You got to do all kinds of things, but if you're not willing to fight for it, you are like a wagon with cans in it. You make a hell of a lot of noise, but you have no commitment to the journey. Okay, I'm just telling you, those are the movers and shakers of this town, of any town. They're willing to fight for it, and you've got to be willing to fight for it too. I don't know what your fight looks like. I don't know what that means to you, but I can tell you one thing. If you're not willing to fight for whatever that it is, if all you're doing is making noise, people just laugh at you and keep walking on by. You have to have a commitment to the journey. Okay? You got to fight for it. Okay? I don't care what the political correctness of the day is, nobody is going to build a house with their hard-earned money and turn around and give you the key to it. Okay? Unless your mom. If it's a mother, that's a whole different story. We can have that thing next week. We can talk about that. Again, if you're not willing to fight for it, you're like a wagon with cans in it. You make a hell of a lot of noise, but you have no commitment to the journey. And that is your lesson of life today, the 21st day of July, maybe the 22nd day of July, which is like tomorrow, you'll start fighting. And when I come back, if I live and nothing happens, the good Lord allows me to come back, we'll talk about what you did. Okay? I'm telling you. And if it's not worth fighting for, you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? But anything worth having is worth fighting for. Okay? Okay, I'm just saying, you might want to do that. I know they don't teach that anymore because, you got too much testosterone, too much of this. Now, I do got a lot. You got too much, I'm just telling you. The natural world, the laws of nature's law never change. So you think you can change it, all you can do is delay its effects, but you will never change the law of nature. And the nature says, if you want it, you got to fight for it, because you're not the only one that wants it. Now, what do you think about that? It is July the 21st. It is the 202nd day of this year. Okay? On July the 21st, 1969, Apollo 11 astronauts Neil Armstrong, Edwin Buzz Aldrin blasted off the moon aboard the ascent stage of the lunar module for docking with the command module. In 1861, during the Civil War, the Battle of the Bull Run was fought at Manassas, Virginia, resulting in a Confederate victory. In 1925, the so-called monkey trial ended in Dayton, Tennessee, with John T. Scopes found guilty of violating the state law for teaching Darwin's theory of evolution. Their conviction was later overturned on a technicality. Yeah, I hear you. Although there is some truth to Darwin's theory of evolution. I just don't believe that we evolved from monkeys. But now I do believe that the good Lord gave us evolution mixed in with creationism. I mean, I don't know why they can't coexist. Okay, because I think that's possible. I mean, God's a pretty smart God. The year was 1944. American forces landed in Guam during World War II, capturing it from the Japanese some 3 weeks later. The Democratic National Convention in Chicago nominated Senator Harry S. Truman for vice president. 1955, my brother was born. During a summit in Geneva, President Dwight David Eisenhower presented the Open Skies proposal under the U.S. and Soviet Union would trade information on each other's military facilities and allow aerial reconnaissance. The Soviets, of course, rejected the proposal. Why wouldn't they? The year was 1980. I'm sitting there watching Mount St. Helens blow up in Washington. I think it was 80 or 81, one of them years. The draft registration, beyond the United States for 19 and 20-year-old men. Okay, so we brought it back, at least the registration for it anyway. The year was 1990. A benefit concert took place in Germany at the site of the fallen Berlin Wall. The concert, which drew some 200,000 people, was headlined by Roger Waters, a founder of Pink Floyd. The concert ended with the collapse of the mock Berlin Wall made of styrofoam. And the year was 1994. Britain's Labour Party elected Tony Blair its new leader, succeeding the late John Smith. 1999, Navy divers found and recovered the bodies of John F. Kennedy Jr., his wife, Carolyn, and sister-in-law, Lauren Bissett, in the wreckage of Kennedy's plane in the Atlantic Ocean off Martha's Vineyard. The year was 2000, the year 2000 AD. Special Counsel John C. Danforth concluded with 100% certainty that the federal government was innocent in wrongdoing of the siege that killed 80 members of the Branch Davidian compound near Waco, Texas. Yeah, what else you expect them to say? You use military equipment against civilians. Yeah, right. I don't know how in the world there was not guilty on that one, but that's a whole different story. 2011, 30-year-old space shuttle program ended as Atlantis landed at Cape Canaveral, Florida, after the 135th shuttle flight. Still ain't figured out where we went yet and what we brought back, but we keep going up there, kind of like going to the moon. I'm still trying to figure out why we keep going to the moon. I can't figure that one out, because we don't ever bring anything back to some rock. But hey, people smarter than I am are doing that stuff. In 2008, former Bosnian Serb leader Radovan Karadzic, one of the world's top war crimes fugitives, was arrested in a Belgrade suburb by Serbian security forces. He was sentenced by a UN court in 2019 to life imprisonment after being convicted of genocide crimes against humanity and war crimes. The year was 2017. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer abruptly quit over President Donald Trump's decision to name financier Anthony Scaramucci as the new White House Communications Director. Scaramucci announced from the White House briefing room that Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who had been Spicer's deputy, would take over for Spicer. Scaramucci was fired on July the 31st after 11 days on the job. That's a quick firing. He had used vulgar language to insult a White House aide during a phone call to a reporter. Okay, you can't hurt nobody's feelings these days. I mean, you just, can't do it. 13 years ago, the Senate voted to terminate further production of the Air Force's top-line F-22 fighter jets. And prosecutors in Cambridge, Massachusetts, dropped a disorderly conduct against prominent black scholar Henry Louis Gates, who was arrested by a white officer at his own home near Harvard University after a report of a break-in. Taco Bell mascot Gidget the Chihuahua died in Santa Clarita, California at the age of 15. I don't know why that made the news, but it did. 8 years ago, President Barack Obama ordered employment protection for gay and transgender employees who work for the federal government. Hey, that's the federal government got a right to do that. I keep telling folks there's no such thing as transgender. It don't exist. It just don't exist. We make up crap in America now. It don't exist. No one has ever. I'm still waiting because I'm gonna quit radio. I'm still waiting when somebody shows me anybody that was born a male, okay, that turns itself into a female. I want to see it. I mean, bring it up here. Let me see it and give me the scientific data that goes along with it. Okay, and I'll quit. I'll just leave radio. I'm gone. I go work at McDonald's. They need help. Anyway, 3 years ago, reacting to the disclosure that his former lawyer had secretly taped their discussion about a potential payment for the former Playboy model, President Donald Trump called such a taping, and yeah, that's true, totally unheard of and perhaps illegal, but added that he did nothing wrong. Think about it. Your lawyer. Okay, you got a lawyer that's supposed to be on your side that's taping you. I mean, what kind of stuff is that? I had another word for that, but we won't use that on the radio. Okay, I'm just saying. Oh, as a sign of the time. Okay, as a sign of the time. Evidently, WSFA, which is our news partner, we love them, has got a Karen line. Okay, they got a Karen line. And that line, if you just want to complain about something, they let you call from 10 to 2, something like that at this line. You might want to call the studio, but we call it a Karen line. Okay, because Karen is the woman who always finds something to complain about. I saw one Karen one day out there complaining about people doing barbecue. And there was black folks. They were just barbecuing in the park. Okay, which is where you barbecue at. But she was sitting there complaining about them barbecuing. She called the popo on the folks they in a public park barbecuing. Maybe she just didn't like barbecue. I don't know. And then there was another Karen who looked at somebody who actually lived in the community, but since she didn't know them, she called the police on them too. Okay, now Karen's got some issues. Okay, not that Shamika don't, but Shamika's issues are a little bit different. But Karen, so WSFA, the news station right here local, has a Karen line now. So Karen, if you just want something to complain about, I'll get that number for you. I'll get that number. So I'll tell you about that number when we come back. So if you just got to complain, well, they got a line for you now. I'm just saying. Anyway, my time's up. We'll be back. I'm going to go downstairs and come in and see if my guest has arrived. But the Karen line at WSFA, I'll get that number for you so you can call. All right. So be cool. We'll be back.
WSFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Thursday. Starting with the latest on the monkeypox outbreak, the state of Alabama has confirmed 2 new cases of monkeypox. We don't know where the 2 new cases were reported, but the 2 previous cases were reported in Mobile and Jefferson County. More health news this morning. The Omicron subvariant of the COVID-19 virus continues to fuel a new wave of cases. Data from the Alabama Department of Public Health shows 679 Alabamians are in the hospital with COVID-19, that number nearly 7 times higher than 2 months ago. WSFA 12 News and the 12 News Defenders have teamed up with local volunteers to launch a new service called Call for Action. It's designed to help consumers who feel like their rights have been violated. If you need help, you can call the Call for Action South Bank. It's open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 1-800-220-2001 or visit our website, WSFA.com. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
That's the Karen line.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI-AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. It's a game of beat the heat again in the U.S. and Europe. More than 100 million Americans are under excessive heat warnings and advisories today. Correspondent Nancy Chen is in New York.
Some sought refuge from the heat at cooling centers, like this public library in Brooklyn, where we met Brooklyn resident Clyde Taylor.
I don't have no AC in my apartment, so I came here to cool off. It is too hot. We want people to stay cool, especially vulnerable New Yorkers.
Christina Farrell is with the city's Emergency Management Department, which is now overseeing 550 cooling centers.
In Spain, where they're back on high alert for scorching temperatures, firefighters do report progress as they try to contain dozens of wildfires. One has cut off a highway linking Madrid and Barcelona. Tonight's January 6th hearing will focus on former President Trump, what he did and didn't do during the insurrection. California Democrat Pete Aguilar wants to know,
what was the president's response, and why didn't he go 25 feet over to the press room and tell folks to leave?
Legislation to ban assault weapons clears its first hurdle on Capitol Hill. CBS's Linda Kenyon from Washington.
The House Judiciary Committee has approved the bill. This marks the first time in 2 decades a congressional panel has taken steps to prohibit the sale, transfer, and possession of assault weapons. It follows the recent rash of mass shootings in America. It is unclear when or if the bill will be brought before the full House for a vote.
In Uvalde, Texas, the mother of one of the 19 children killed at Robb Elementary confronted the mother of the gunman.
That was your son. You have no right to touch my son. No, you don't. No, you don't. May God forgive y'all.
The encounter caught by a news crew for Telemundo, the school superintendent finally recommending Police Chief Pete Arredondo be fired. Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi's resigned, pushing his country into new political turmoil. CBS's Sabina Castelfranco is in Rome.
Draghi's resignation follows a confidence vote in Parliament in which key coalition allies failed to give their support. Italians are outraged by the events, given the country is facing soaring inflation and energy costs and outstanding reforms needed to obtain EU recovery funds.
This year's Kennedy Center honorees will include an Irish rock band. Joining U2, Gladys Knight, and Christian pop's Amy Grant. Also being honored for lifetime artistic achievements.
I only lied about being a thief. I don't do that anymore.
George Clooney. The ceremony will be December 4th and broadcast later on CBS. This is CBS News.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Need to know what it takes for a home loan to fit your budget and your family? Rocket can.
Dick Morris says Donald Trump is running again. The famed political strategist reveals Trump's secret plan for 2024 in his new bestseller, The Return. In The Return, find out the 3 big threats Trump faces, including from big tech. Dick Morris says Trump will win and shares the plan. Newsmax says you must read The Return, an Amazon #1 bestseller. Find Dick Morris's The Return in bookstores or see the free offer. Go to thereturn911.com. That's thereturn911.com.
If you're like me and suffer from toenail fungus, please pay close attention. Nail fungus isn't just a cosmetic problem. It can also be dangerous, but no matter what I tried, it seemed like my fungus would never go away. Then I discovered Crystal Flush, the new FDA-registered at-home treatment. This unique 2-step system flushes out fungus at its source and reverses damaged nails. Call now, and for a limited time, you can try Crystal Flush risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-764-9219. That's 800-764-9219.
Look what's coming to the Windy City. NASCAR in Chicago. But not on a track. NASCAR has added its first street course to the Cup schedule with a planned 2023 race through downtown Chicago. Mayor Lori Lightfoot says this was too good of an opportunity to pass up.
I think it's going to be one of the most iconic race courses maybe ever.
NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace says he's excited.
I don't know what to expect going into this deal. I know that these guys got a lot of work to do, and the city does too to get it ready.
The Cup Series will race against the backdrop of Lake Michigan and Grant Park next July 2nd in the debut race of a 3-year deal with the city of Chicago. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News, Chicago. New dictionary will codify the contributions of Black Americans to the English language.
What the heck?
Editor Henry Louis Gates Jr. tells the New York Times it'll use resources like Cab Calloway's catalog for background on words like hipster, a jazz devotee. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed for only $49.99. That's right. Weight loss seminar Wednesday, July 27th at the Hilton Garden Inn East in Montgomery. Time is 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Registration begins at 5 p.m. Stop smoking seminar starts at 8 p.m. Registration starts 7:30 p.m.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Penny Earning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations for commercial manufacturing. driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny-Earth at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
Research shows listeners don't like it when ads interrupt their music. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, we made this ad optional. If you want to skip this ad, remove your left earphone. Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Empty wagon. I got you.
It's the easy and smart way to save.
Okay.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Kelly Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offer. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the it's, KBB.com.
Hey, Sean Hannity here, and now you can hear me live every afternoon. It all starts at 2, and it's all happening right here on News Radio 1440.
All righty then.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has everything you need for school at prices that won't hold you back. Right now, Staples count books and number 2 pencils are just 50 cents, and 2 pocket paper folders at just 25 cents each. In-store only, offer ends 8/27, limit 30. Don't send your kids back to school. Send them forward at Staples.
First Alert heads up for today. Showers and storms are possible. About a 50.
I mean, he doesn't have such a position like I got. Right. It's kind of hard to remember him.
Later in the
See, baby.
second half of the afternoon into the evening.
You doing good? Yeah. And you look a lot younger in person. You know.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Depending on what day of the week. If my hair is gray, I look older. But my wife makes sure I keep it color.
Don't do that. Listen, I love gray. I tell people it's for all the mistakes I made. Now,
That's the truth.
You would think that I have enough of them already, but I don't.
Hey, the more we live, the more we're gonna make.
Now, is your dad still preaching?
He is. He's still preaching. He'll be 75 Saturday.
Really? Good. There's somebody around here older than I am.
Yeah. How old are you?
65.
Okay. Well,
I know. You give up chasing women at a young age.
You do. You preserve your life.
And your pocketbook.
There you go. Somebody said the cheaper the keeper, whoever the heat said, hey.
Depends on what you started with.
That's true. That's true. Thank God I got a good one.
Good.
We're on year 19.
All right.
This is a court order notice. If you were subject to the data,
everybody has their talents.
State's Office of Personnel Management.
That's yours.
You experienced an out-of-pocket loss after the
Now we are on Facebook Live. Do you want to share one to your?
Yeah, I just shared that.
Okay.
Or call 1-855-917-3567.
We're gonna make sure we
That's
don't. Although I can mute
or
the sound.
call 1-855-917-3567.
That's what we got.
Anthony was working a dead-end job.
I don't know if you follow Dr. Kennedy anymore.
A friend told him about my
Dr.
computer
Kennedy, like
career.
Christian singers, Dr. Artist.
Don't do it.
There was a thing on last
Anthony
week
did it
where
all online.
one of our artists, Kim Burrell, she said some things and you can do it.
Become an IT pro in just months with
And
zero
a lot of
experience at
she was just
mycomputercareer.edu.
But people took it literal and it
worked
just
for
turned
me.
into
It'll definitely
work for you too.
Oh yeah,
It's not
we
rocket
get
science.
yeah.
It's
You know, Creflo Dollar has,
mycomputercareer.edu.
but you know, I agree with Creflo Dollar. Now it's an amazing how we have these these transformations when we get a little older and we get all the money we need.
Yeah, and that's the.
But I agree with him. We are not under. You can give me your explanation. We're not under tithing. We're not under the law of tithing.
We're not under the law, but if you
the principles are still good.
Right, but hold up. But the tithing principle was 430 years before the law of Moses. So tithing was before law.
Mm-hmm.
So tithing in that aspect, since it's before law, it really has nothing to do with law. The law just came to mandate it during that time. But then you have tithing before the law, which is a benefit. So I understand what he's saying as far as it's a privilege. We need to teach people the privilege of giving, and we do. It's not a mandate like, okay, you're going to hell if you don't pay your tithe, like the law, like you're breaking a law. No, but it's a privilege, and you live beneath your privilege if you don't.
There's some philosophical tenets to that I could get with, but the problem is sometimes it ain't what you do, is how you do it. And the church and use that as a blooding tool against their people so long.
That's why months ago you search for.
You know how I always know when they want put money that Sunday? Because you know what the sermon is that day? I know you know what the sermon is.
Yeah.
Would a man rob God?
And see, that's law. That's Malachi. That's still under the law.
Yeah. I said, okay, we know what that's happening today. And then sometimes in the church, if they don't get what they want the first time, all I'm gonna do is take that 10 and cut it to 5. You don't get no more.
That's true. Well, but the Bible is clear on this, Kevin. It says, wherever your heart is, your treasure is going to be.
That's true. But
so I think we have to get the heart relationship, with foster relationship between them and their God, and foster relationship between them and their local pasture, for the lack of a better definition. If you're sheep and this is your fold and this is where your shepherd is, then you would want to support a house that's feeding you.
Well, that's true. You do, but
without the whip.
Right, but it is
the only thing that's scary about what Creflo says is he says, throw away all of my books, all of my teachings that I've done on this. Now, that's dangerous because now people will start to say, well, what about the other revelations you had during that time too? And then it starts an effect that makes all churches, all pastors, and it emboldens a community of people who already say, this is why I don't go to church, this is why I don't like church.
I think people who say that are people who don't want to go anyway.
Right, period. So they just want to find
Right, they just want to find a convenient excuse not to do. Put those headphones on.
Every afternoon at 2, right here on News Radio 1440.
Okay, good morning, everybody. You know what time it is? It's Thursday morning, and of course, we always have a local pastor. Now, I'm gonna try to keep this young man up here on the third Thursday of every month. We'll see if he can pass the mustard today, though. We don't know. Anyway, first of all, let me tell you about a sponsor of our show, of course, which that would be JL Lane Truck and Auto, JLLaneTruckandAuto.com. Go there. Now, if you need a car, if you're tired of the one you have right now, you've been riding it for a long time, you know, like it smokes going down the road. Everybody in the neighborhood know when you're coming. You know, it's time for a new car. Okay. Now, if you don't have money for a new car, how about a new car that's new to you? We call it a pre-loved car over JL Lane Truck and Auto. Okay. All of his cars have been vigorously and rigidly tested for any mistakes that they may have or any issues they may have, and they take care of them for you also. They've been cleaned and cleared of all known issues. Pass a rigorous inspection process. So if you're ready to ride, go to 208 Gun Road or call 272-4313. That's 272-4313. And if they don't have it, ask for Steve, and I think he can probably get it for you. And here's a nice thing about them. You can buy it there and you can pay for it there. You don't have to worry about Experian and kissing the ring of the credit union. Okay, I mean, not the credit bureau. Okay, online inventory. Go to www. You don't really have to use the W's, but I just put it in there, you know, because it sounds good. www.JLLaneTruckandAuto.com. JLLaneTruckandAuto.com. All one word except the .com. You know what I mean? Okay. JL Lane. The number again is 272-4313. You can go in walking, but you can leave there riding and talking. Okay, and it's a lot easier to talk at AC than it is, with on your heel, your rubber heels. Anyway, come on, Jay. We got special guests in the studio with us this morning. Pastor Leo Spencer Jr. I believe it is Junior, right?
Leo Lewis Jr.
Okay, Junior. He's here, and I didn't have to browbeat him or anything like that. He's a businessman. I'm taking off going to New York. You went to New York last night. You're supposed to come here, I guess.
Yeah.
So tell me, is it safe?
It's safe.
Okay,
It's as safe as Montgomery is.
Well, you may be right about that right now. We were having a conversation about something about tithing because it came up. Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about you and how you got into ministry, and your dad's a pastor, you're a PK, preacher's kid. Tell us about, give us a little history on who Leo Spencer Jr. is.
Okay, so Leo Lewis Jr. is
where did I get the word Spencer?
Because my middle name, but a lot of people underline it and make it in some kind of way it sticks out. Everywhere I've been going the last 2 weeks, I've been Leo Spencer. I was announced the other week in California as Bishop Leo Spencer. So I had this name, so I better use it for a minute, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a radio name, Spencer.
Spencer, yeah, sounds good.
Right, Spencer.
Okay.
So I'm here. Of course, I'm a native of Montgomery. 78, born in 78, so I'll be 44 in a couple of weeks.
Still a youngster.
Still a youngster. Married almost 19 years, 3 kids, one a senior, a sophomore, and a 6th grader. I've grown up in this community. Started out as a child in off of Bond Road, used to be the Meadows Apartments. We moved to South Lawn, moved to Woodley Park. That's where my childhood was. Moved to my pre-teens and teen years to Wind Lakes. And my wife and I have been married 19 years, and we live out of the city. We're in Pike Road. Ministry, of course, I've seen it all of my life. Ran from it all of my life. I was a hairstylist for about 20 years here in the city. And about 6 years ago, I switched, or I shut that part of my life down.
Okay.
After being pulled on by God to go into ministry. Now, let me say I've been doing ministry forever, but not preaching or teaching or from that aspect. I was a choir director. I was a singer, so I was comfortable in the music scene. But there was all this tug and pull on me to go into deeper ministry, and that could be argued whether it's deeper or not, but go into the full calling that was on my life, and that was to be a teacher, preacher. I ran from it because it didn't, in my mind, what I saw a preacher was, it didn't match my personality, if that makes sense. My father, great man of God, high integrity, great.
Yeah, I've been. Your father's pastor of what's the name?
Macedonia.
I've been out there a couple of times.
Yeah. So it wasn't that his example was bad. It was just in my head. I thought a preacher was this man with a robe, man with.
That's Catholic.
Well, that's true. But we have borrowed a lot of stuff from Catholicism in our community, in our culture. But somewhere along the way, a word was given to me by a man of God, and he said that God is calling you into this, but what you see it is, you don't have to worry about that. God wants you to be who you are, because it's calling you to a certain group of people that will be attracted to you. So that started to peel off some of the hesitancy and some of the fears and some of those things. And here we are, 12 years. My son will be 12. I've been preaching and campus pastor of what we call the Pattern, which is like a McDonald's in 9 locations. So it's still Macedonia, but it's in our inner cities right off of Mount Meigs Road. So I've been the campus pastor there for about 12 years.
Oh, right there on, there's a church.
Our old building. That's our original building, the white building on the.
Right.
So we're there every Sunday at 8 a.m. It's a younger demographic, more laid back, 20s to 40s, 50s kind of a crowd. And so we've been there, and I've been doing that for 12 years now.
Okay, so it had a sign that said fire or something outside of it.
Used to be Blood and Fire.
Okay.
Because we used it it was still like our community center. We used to play basketball in there, and just different things you could have in there. But now we've
So you're not in that building right now?
I am.
Okay.
So we do the 8 o'clock there, but our main campus, we still the mother church.
Macedonia.
Right?
Oh, okay.
That's still on Selma Highway, but we still.
You know, the one thing about the younger generation, and I would assume that every older person, now that I'm part of that demographics, thinks that the younger generation a little crazy, and I would imagine that the people before, when I was coming up, I thought they were old folk were crazy too. Right. So I guess it's just one of those things. But there is one thing that does disturb me in our religious world, not our religious world. I understand that you meet people where they are. You're a pastor, The alcoholic thinks that your drug addiction is worse than his alcoholic because he's not an alcoholic, he's a drug addict. The drug addict thinks that the alcoholic thinks that yours is worse than his because he's not a drug addict.
Right.
So and truth be told, that all of us got something that holds us that we ought to get rid of. But my one problem, we've seen the new generation seems to, under the guise of acceptance, seems to want to accept many things without the prerequisite of change.
Exactly.
And that bothers me. The whole LGBT situation, trans this situation. Well, it used to be wrong, now it's right. So I don't mind people to do wrong as long as they recognize it's wrong.
Right.
What bothers me is when people do wrong
and make it right.
Right. And try to make it right. It just or don't even know it's wrong.
Right.
And I think our acceptance. I understand you come. If you're a drug addict, you come to church. Our job is to help you.
Yeah.
Our job is, well, I would say,
yeah.
Well, if you call yourself a Christian,
yeah, that's right. It's all our job.
You help. But aren't we're walking on some very uncomfortable ground.
We are.
I think in our church system today. Now there are many people who will call this show and tell you I'm confused as I don't know what. And sometimes I am. One of the things that bothers me, we have one God, just one, because there ain't no two up there. But yet still, we got about 3,300 different ways to say we worship God. And the question comes in that who is God? The whole abortion thing. We're trying to justify things that we know are wrong.
Yes.
And how does your generation deal with that?
My generation makes me as nervous as it makes you. And when I speak of my generation, I'm 44. So then there's another gap. There's another generation right after me. And that's the really scary generation.
Yeah, that's my millennials.
Yeah, the millennials, they are by nature, and I know I'm gonna get in trouble, but I get in trouble at church, and I'm not knocking anybody. But by nature, they're a rebellious generation. And that word rebellion in this context doesn't mean necessarily bad, but they just won't follow anything or without questioning everything. And questioning can be good.
Yeah, it's good.
But then questioning to your detriment is not good. When you're asking questions or trying to go against the grain and it's destroying you, then at some point or another, you should maybe, hey, I better listen to what Mr. Kevin just said. Perhaps because he's 60 something, he may have a little wisdom.
Just a little.
Yeah, right. I mean, but we can give you credit for the little. Hey, we can't take the little bit. You got
it. One of the things, and if you ever listen to the show, people always say they love God. I love God.
I had this conversation yesterday.
And I say, well, define to me what that means to you. Because as human beings, when we think of the word love, we think of these nice romantic feelings and this intimate feeling of belonging to, and it has a connotation of we have pretty much sexualized the word.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're looking for euphoric experience.
Exactly. So I say, well, if love is this warm feeling, I mean, God don't need me for that. But if it's doing the work, if it's seeing your brother falling or seeing somebody that's hungry and helping them, kind of like the Good Samaritan, that love is supposed to be put on display. It's supposed to be put in action. How would you? Because it's difficult for me to say that I love God because I don't really know what that is. I fear God.
Okay.
Matter of fact, real good. I don't. But the love, because when I think of love, I think of this. Give me a hug.
This mushy.
Yeah, mushy. What would you tell people who are in my position? Well, I don't know if I can say that, but I know one thing. I'm gonna do my best to do what he says.
There you go. It's funny you asked this question. My wife and I just had this conversation yesterday, and the only thing I can stand on is that the Bible is clear. He says, God, that we all say we love. He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Now you need to find out whatever the commandments are. And that means that your keeping of the commandments or your covenant with, quote unquote, your God will drive you to want to please him. Love is not this euphoric experience. I mean, it can be, but it's temporary. Right, but it's temporary. I think we look for, let me back up and say this. If anything detrimental or catastrophic happens to us, then that's when our love is really challenged. Our love for God is really challenged in the mindset of humanity.
To be able to keep the faith even going through trying times.
Exactly. And then we start to say things like, well, maybe God doesn't love me. So we're trying to equate his love for us or our love for him according to great experience or encounters in life. And that's just not life. I think we need to understand that life is going to be life and that trials are going to be trials and tests are going to be tests. Right. But if you're a real follower of Jesus Christ, you understand that you're going to go through some things, but he's there with you to get you through them and bring you out of them. And this generation, they're quick to throw God away according to their present experience in life. And that's just not that's not a reality. God is not, he's not this one night stand that he makes you feel good on Sunday when you go to church, and then Monday through Saturday, you get to do what you want to do and then try to pick him back up on Sunday. And I think that's what happens a lot to us. That's why I'm a firm believer of, if you love him for real, if I love him for real, whatever it takes to please him. With my wife, if I really love her, it's not so much about me just cuddling her all the time to prove my love, but throughout my days, if I'm away, if I'm in New York, if I'm in Africa, if I'm in Australia and she's here at home, I need to know, she needs to know that she can trust me to carry out the covenant even when I'm not in her presence. And that's where we are. We have a lot of people that love God on Sunday religiously, but during the week, we don't serve him. And so there's a difference.
Good morning, you're on the air with Leo Lewis.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
All right, let me try to explain a little bit to Kevin. Kevin, we all are sinners, and sin is a way of healing yourself by going back to God. So I know what you're saying about the gay community, but their sin is no different than my sin.
I agree.
It's up to them to build a relationship with God where it slowly start sharing that off them. And slowly start feeling that it's deep into his belief and trying to keep his covenant. So we can't come around because they come in the door with a
No, I agree with you. No. But here's the problem I have though. Some churches are trying to legitimize it. They're trying to legitimize it.
Yeah, but in you're telling them who can change them, you're telling them they're wrong. I know we're trying to politically make it sound sweet, but as if you're a real believer in Jesus Christ, and this is not, I'm not coming against you at all. As a real disciple, let's take the Bible away. I told somebody this yesterday in Tampa. I said, take the Bible away, and you need to start becoming a living epistle. So as you and I know to be truth, according to what we believe to be the truth, then like you're saying, things should begin to shed off of people. But what I think Kevin prefaced the whole show is with legitimizing what we know to be wrong. And that's where that's the dangerous territory. At some point or another, oh no, not at all.
That's absolutely not
the church. No.
Because I know better than they are, but I don't call right wrong and wrong right.
Right. No, you can't do that either.
Right.
That's right.
And I think you do that by living what you say you believe, at least the best to your ability. So I'm not. Yeah.
That's exactly
right.
It.
And I agree with you. Yeah, I'm not. And again, I preface this thing about I know better than they are. The alcoholics know worse than the drug addict. Drug addicts know worse than the alcoholic. So we all got issues. But again, I don't say wrong or what's wrong is right. That's just my problem with today's generation. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Let's speak to Kevin.
You got me. You're on the airways.
Yes, sir. And you sent me a message last night to call and see if we could. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do me a favor. Call me next hour. I got a guest on right now, and then let us talk about that. Yeah, I did send you a message. That's right, I did. I remember. Around 8:50. Around 8:15. Yeah, do that. Okay, appreciate it. Good morning, on air. Morning. Sure, I do. But he's a fan. I got a personal relationship with him, physically relationship with him. I watched him grow from a child to where he is now, a baby. I mean, it's easy to say that because I got. Well, again, it's action. It's doing those things that you say you believe. This warm. See, that's our problem. That feeling sometimes go and comes.
Right.
Even love, even a yeah.
What do I feel about that? Um, right. That's and God gives us all free choice. He gives us choices. He gave Adam and Eve a choice. He said, "Hey, y'all can eat all the fruit, you can get full, but this one tree, don't touch it." And they chose, or Adam chose, whomever chose first, and whatever for whatever reason, that can be theologically argued. They chose to eat of the tree that he told them not to touch, and then they had to suffer the ramifications of their wrong choices. And so, as a pastor or as a preacher, I wouldn't dare stand up, like Kevin was saying earlier, and say, I'm in support, or we're going to, which is, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we can't support, we, as a preacher, I can't support what God doesn't sanction. Does that make sense? Okay. I can't love on everybody because, like Kevin said, all of us have some flaw that we need God to help us in. But the deal is, here's the difference. If you know you have a flaw and you know you need his help to change that flaw, then that's good. But if you have a flaw according to the word and you choose to say that it's not a flaw, this is just how it is and just how it's going to be, and you're going to have to accept it, then that's a dangerous territory. That as a
interracial marriage. Hell and conservative and Republican friends, they trying to get the numbers up in that white race, so they want to keep the race pure, pure white folks and pure black folks or whatever race may be.
And what is that?
But now there is no law in the state of Alabama where you cannot marry someone of another race. It was on 1901, brother. 1901. It was on the book. Okay, because it's not there anymore. It's not there anymore. Biden is trying to manipulate he's trying to manipulate the hell out of black folks. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Come on, be real. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I don't care what anything Democrats put in newspapers a lie. Okay, that's right. But okay, exactly. And
yeah,
then,
I don't think it's a jeopardy.
And they were talking about the Loving case from Virginia. That's a bunch of crap. And see you later. Anything Democrats put out in a paper like that is just it's rhetoric. It's rhetoric and lies. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. I didn't say nothing bad. I couldn't hear you either.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you? That's a great statement. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not perfect. Everyone who's committed sins, I'm growing every day. I learn something more each day that I live. And I have committed myself to providing a service to God that helps the people here on earth. And that's why I fight so hard. I know people don't understand that, but I fight hard for people as far as their lives being violated. And you know, that's just the way it is. You have to give yourself over to him.
That's it.
You have to accept what he says in his word. It is the truth.
That's true.
You have to accept it. So parents, just be accepting of it and pray to God that he shows you how to have an understanding of who he is, God Almighty, okay? And that you will, and you do a lot for God. You don't realize that you done a lot of work on this statement for God. You helped a lot of people. You're a passionate person. You know, you have your ways and I have my ways. But I just continue to give yourself over. That's the only way you're going to make it as far as the belief in God.
Okay. All right.
That's real good.
Appreciate it. You know, I don't know why people think my question makes me mean I don't believe in God. I believe in God. I don't believe in nothing else.
Right.
Nothing else. I believe, you know, but, you know, everybody has a right to their own opinions. Good morning. You're on air. Pretty good.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for taking my call. You know, there was a caller, I think, right before Brandon was talking about interracial marriage, and I think he used the word, is that a sin? Was that correct? In understanding that's what he said?
I misunderstood, but I think he was trying to get, because he came back to ask me as the pastor, what did I think about it? I think that if he didn't say it, I'm not sure if he was implying it or trying to get to that. Biblically, I can't say that's a sin, and I can't say that's anything wrong. I mean, no.
You know, there's only one race, and that's the human race.
That's it.
Every other aspect, whether you're considered Asian or African
That's
or
it.
Caucasian or Lucian, those are all societal conditions.
Yes, sir.
That was created by society to place labels on people.
Exactly.
God only sees two races, Gentile and Jews.
Yes, sir.
I remember when my daughter was a teenager, she said, Dad, what would you think if I was to date a black gentleman? I said, you know, there's only one thing, one restriction that God placed on us through the words of the New Testament. He says, do not be unequally yoked.
Exactly.
And so no matter who my daughter might have dated, I did not care about what his skin color was. My question was he a fellow believer in Christ?
There you go.
And you know, Kevin, this the church I attend many times, and you know, we have many black pastors, we have many interracial couples at our church, and we are all children of God, no matter the skin color that we have. And the last thing I want to talk about, when you were, you know, this concept of different skin colors. Remember this: Moses was married to an Ethiopian woman.
That's right.
That?
That's right.
And Miriam, his sister, and Aaron called him out. And God came down on Miriam and Aaron like a ton of bricks. And so we need to stop what we seem to think is the 21st century of who is my brother? What does this need to be? And understand you're either a child of God or a child of Satan. And it does not matter your color. The question is your eternal salvation.
That's it.
Right.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Have a great day.
Got to break. Our guest this morning, believe it or not, it's a new voice. It is our Pastor Leo Lewis, Spencer Lewis Jr. I don't know why I thought it was Spencer, but that's what everybody got there. Anyway, and your church name is?
Macedonia.
Miracle
Kingdom and Worship Center.
But you have
I'm the campus leader of the Pattern.
The Pattern. Okay. Well, and the demographic is a little younger.
Younger 20s through 50, early 50.
Okay. Is 50 still young?
I mean, I hope so, because
Yeah, you had yeah. All right. We'll be back right after this. The numbers are 860-1440. You want to give us a call? We're going to try to get them come up with every third, because we do need some younger perspective. We do need some. Yeah.
Yeah.
We old folk, we just stuck in our ways. We ain't changing. We'll be back.
It's done. What's the oh, guys, I'm getting it right now. You can probably tune in. What's the actual radio? They want to hear what the questions are.
Oh, 14. When they go to newsradio1440.com, but it's 1440 a.m.
And every song that we sing.
Weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Yeah, I think my plan is working.
Nation exclusive. Chris Como sits down with Dan Abrams in his first television interview since
We
leaving
need to
CNN.
listen
The Chris
to
Como
Talk
exclusive
Radio.
on Dan Abrams Live
Yeah.
Tuesday at 9,
You
8 Central.
find-
My dad, I grew up on it. My dad,
NewsNationNow.com/join us to
tons
find
of
News
songs.
Nation New York
Find
television
out
provider.
First alert
things
heads up for today. Showers and storms are possible.
I get the benefit of people
Scattered showers
with
and storms really this afternoon,
advanced
this evening, and the best chance comes later this afternoon, the second half of the afternoon into the evening, and any of
I
the
get
storms
that
that come through
knowledge.
could have strong
They've
winds,
got
wind gusts, some hail,
great.
as well as very heavy rain and a lot of lightning. Highs before the
I got a
storms get
lot
here
of
well
people
into the
a hell of a lot
90s. Another
smarter
chance of
than me
scattered showers and
call me.
storms, but no severe weather for Friday.
That's
your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Avery for News Radio 14.
Yeah.
Montgomery Skypass traffic is brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News
I'm a
Radio
pragmatist.
1440.
I look at the practical considerations of information. If it applies, it does. If it don't, get rid of it.
That would send you on an alternate route and looking at your traffic flow map,
Man,
interstate
bro.
system.
But I just think when I hear people say I love God, and like a lot of women will go and say I love the Lord and I love the honey, you know, cook me something. No,
Right. So that don't matter.
I said
That doesn't matter.
well, if you can't love Him enough to do that, then how you gonna love somebody you can't touch, feel, or see to do what they want you to do?
Exactly. And that's how I said, if you do an analysis, most of us probably aren't doing what he asked us to do.
No.
Not completely anyway.
But we think for some reason if we say that we get extra points in heaven.
You know you don't.
I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I think you got to be real. But somebody said somewhere in the Bible says the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. I'm wise.
Yes. There you go.
I got no question. I got no question.
What's up, Terrence? What's up, Pastor Clyde? What's up, y'all? Aquarius. That's another young boy. Aquarius. What's up? Sharnita, good morning. Cedric, good morning. Jacqueline, good morning. Rosa, all the way from Lafayette, Louisiana, in the house.
Lafayette, Louisiana.
Good morning.
You go to jail down there forever.
Lord Jesus.
I worked in Alabama jail.
I think if you black and go to jail, it's forever. Kid
All right, I forgot I had the microphone muted. Good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well. Let me tell you about the sponsor of this hour of Decisions with Kevin Elkins, and that would be JL Lane Truck and Auto. JL Lane Truck and Auto. Now, to have online inventory. But listen, if you are in the need of dependable, well-checked, in great condition, used, or like we like to call pre-loved automobile, this is the place you want to go. JL Lane Truck and Auto. They're located at 208 Gun Road. Their number is 272-4313. But here's the most important thing about them. You can go to their website, jllanetruckandauto.com, and check out the inventory. You don't have to leave the house. You can check it out. It's there. Look the inside, the outside, look at the mileage on the vehicles and all that stuff, and get the price. Now, all of these cars have been cleaned. They've been cleared of all known and issues and passed a rigorous inspection process. So if you're ready to ride, go to 208 Gun Road or call 272-4313. That's a landline. Can't be texting them now. That's a landline. 272-4313. And ask for Steve. Again, you can buy there. You can pay there. You don't have to worry about kissing the ring of the credit bureau. Okay? They understand that people have hiccups every once in a while. Okay? And they're willing to work with you if you're willing to work with them. Sit down at the table with them, tell them your story, and if there's any way they can help you ride, they will do it. You can come in walking, but you can leave smiling and talking. I'm just trying to tell you, they're great. Mr. Lane's been around a while in business for the city of Montgomery for I know at least 30, 40 years. So he is ready there, waiting for your call right now. Stop walking. Come on in. Let's talk to him. Okay? Again, that number is 272-4313, 272-4313, or you can go to jllanetruckandauto.com and look at the inventory that they have for you. Right now, it's there. I mean, no haggling, no anything, great cars. I'm still trying to get rid of that Lexus, though. I got to go there and see if it's gone yet, because I've been trying to get rid of it for a while now. As a matter of fact, let me see. Okay, it's still there, but we need to get rid of it. But they got a nice 2013 Nissan Pathfinder, okay? They got a Ford F-150 Laureate. I mean, nice cars they got on the lot right now. So go over there, check them out, okay? Get yourself a nice vehicle, okay? Seriously. I mean, 272-4313. Ask for Steve. Tell me you heard about them on the radio, okay? And I'd be most appreciative. They'd be appreciative. We'll all be appreciative, okay? Great cars and great service with great people. All righty then. Good morning to everybody. Hope this day finds you well. It's Friday Eve. Did I tell you that WSFA has a Karen line now? I got to get the number though, because I don't know. I know it's 22 something. But for all the Karens out there, you can't. Nobody can satisfy you. Nobody can do anything for you. You always complain about everything. Well, WSFA's got a phone line you can call just for you. Replace Karen with your name. Okay, how do you want to do it? But they got a Karen line right now, and you can just call and complain all day long. And Shamika can too. Okay, y'all want to complain about something? So Shamika don't normally complain. Shamika, she's a whoop. She's a whoop on your head. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to. But Karen line, WSFA, the first in city. Now I got a Karen line too. Okay, I got a Karen line too. I mean, I'll let you call and complain all you want to also. Okay. Lisa on Facebook Live. Yeah, I've forgotten. I turned that mic off, that mic for a minute because I was saying something nasty about somebody, and so I just didn't want you to hear it. Because then next thing you go tell the guy, and next thing you know, he come up here and want to open up and come whip ass on me. So I don't want to do that. I just turned the microphone off for a minute, and so I can say what I wanted to say. Okay. Not that I'm scared or anything like that, but I don't want to, I don't feel like fighting this early in the morning. I'm too old for that. Anyway, good morning to you. A lot of things going on besides the Karen line. Karen got her own line now, WSFA. She can just call in and raise hell about whatever she wants to raise hell about. Again, the word on the street is that they are trying to bring back the NDO, Now, my sources are unimpeachable. Okay, I'm just saying they're trying to bring it back, and I'm thinking, well, no, we don't need to do all that. Just let people go to work. Also, congratulations again to the mayor of the city of Montgomery and the leadership. There's a new business coming to town with some great jobs. So you see, we don't really need to give special people special privileges for businesses to come to town. We need to treat everybody fairly. We need to treat and I'm looking at Anna Buckaloo the other day, talking about something at the Chamber of Commerce on Tuesday. But it sounded good. And I'll try to get the new chairman of the chamber up here and talk to you about the chamber. Because we have a misconception about what the chamber does. I mean, I actually thought the chamber was responsible for economic development in the city. I mean, and economic development. Now, I don't know. It means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I'm not exactly sure what it means. I think it means how to develop more economics in the city of Montgomery, how to push us forward. Okay, I'm thinking that's what it means. But I could be wrong. I don't have an MBA or anything like that, so I'm just using a little common sense. That economics means money. At the end of the day, it's all about the dollar. Make the dollar holler. That's what it's all about. Okay. Now, let me tell you guys some information this morning that you may not have known. And a lot of you, all the whining going around in America right now, how hot it is. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys some information that you may not know. Okay, but all this wine, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot everywhere. Where every summer it gets hot. I don't know how many times I have to tell people that, but every summer it gets hot. Okay. Now, if it was winter time and it was this hot, then I'd be with you guys too. I'd be panicking right about now. But no, I'm not going to panic in the summer when it gets hot, okay? Because I'm going to tell you something that you don't know. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning, Kevin. Hey, Tom. Mm-hmm. So.
I was calling in to share a story of distress. Two ladies that lost their home and all their possessions, and they were taking care of their extended family.
Okay.
And now they're waiting on a temporary shelter, and they need some help from anybody that can provide basic necessities.
Okay. Now, do they have a place to stay now for the time being?
As of right now, the two ladies have provided some shelter for their grandchildren, but these two ladies are living out of their truck right now, and I wanted to keep your listeners abreast of their progress. Hopefully they'll give some shelter, temporary shelter, later this week.
Okay, so how do people who want to help them, who do they contact? And I would imagine, though, giving a lot of things to them right now would not help them unless you want to donate cash, because they got no place to put the stuff anyway at the moment. So what is needed?
One relative that an aunt who is willing to take some drop-off necessities, but she has a small facility and she can only take a few of the grandchildren. So I have a website that I'm going to update with all their information and get the contact information.
Okay.
Let me give that to you.
All righty then.
LifeSecureTeam.com.
Okay. Okay.
LifeSecureTeam.com.
Okay, Okay, spell that last one. Okay, LifeSecure.
TEAM.
Okay, Life Secure Team. Okay, .com.
Yes.
Okay, so let me make sure I got the website correctly. Life, L-I-F-E. This is all one word. Life, S-E-C-U-R-E. Team, T-E-A-M, all one word. LifeSecureTeam.com. And I would imagine there's probably more. Is there more than these people on there? It is just a website that people go to help folks out, or is it just for these people?
Well, no, this is my company website.
Okay.
I'll put their information on the front page.
Okay, okay. LifeSecureTeam.com. And if people now, if some people don't, of course, I know it's hard to believe it, but there are actually some people who don't have a computer and don't really want to mess with a computer. Is there a number or an address where they can drop something off, or would you just rather they go through the website?
No, sir. We do have a phone number, Tanya Reeves.
Okay.
Tanya is 55 years old.
Okay.
Her mother, Odessa, is 81.
Okay.
Now, Tanya's phone number is 334-207-5108. And you're welcome, she said, to call or text.
Okay. Okay.
She can provide information.
Now, do you personally know these people?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's it.
For the past 5 years, I've been to their house numerous times because they're my clients, and they have provided a stable family housing for their grandchildren, their daughters and grandchildren, and even infants. And they lost all of that in this fire off South 4th Street.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just asking a question. Okay. I'm just asking the question because, there are a lot of people putting out scams on people today. And so we just want to make sure that these are people. Because one thing about, right.
This is not a scam, certainly.
Right. Right. Because one thing about it.
There is a drop-off.
Uh-huh.
There is a drop-off place, 1818 Texas Court, Montgomery, Alabama, 36110.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. 18. Okay. Oh, that's 1818?
Yes.
Texas?
Court.
Okay, Texas Court. Okay, and they can drop. But what should they? Yeah, what should they drop off?
Right now, they need basic necessities. Deodorant, toothpaste.
Okay.
Blankets, clothing, towels.
Okay.
Bath towels.
All right. Because they pretty much lost everything, huh?
Everything. Now the babies, 2 babies, Pampers size 7, and then there's an 11-month-old.
Okay. 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 Well, one thing I'd say about the talk radio audience, often they will heed the call and help. And I try to remind people sometimes, we all can find ourselves in a place like this at a moment's notice. So if you guys out there listening can actually give something, they need a little bit of everything with the basic necessities. So there's nothing they don't need a living room set right now and stuff like that because they really don't have a place to put a living room set, but we get to that later on. But they do need Pampers, clothing, I would imagine food. Again, you can go to LifeSecureTeam.com and you can call Tanya Reeves at 334-207-5108 and see what they need. He said, if you want to, do you know where Texas Court is? Where is that?
It's downtown area.
Okay. Okay, but I guess you're going to get, because I thought that was over there near Fairground Road someplace.
I think so.
Yeah, that's where it is. Okay. All right then. Well, listen, good luck.
I found some statistics through and aid through Cash App.
Okay.
And, I was surprised how easily that went through and how quickly they received.
What?
Any increment of money is cherished.
Okay. What is their Cash App ID?
$sign $ANYARIEBES.
Okay, so that's $, TANYARIEVES?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the only one similar to that on Cash App, so it's easy to find.
Okay. Well, you gave us information. Let us see what we can do. And again, give us a call back tomorrow also, so we can reiterate and reemphasize of this, and you can give me an update on have we done any good.
Thank you, Kevin.
Okay.
This is much appreciated.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You never quite know where you may find yourself. So we can give something, and with the Cash App thing here, it's good stuff. So you never know where you may find yourself when you lose everything. And one thing about fires, they don't really care who lives there, do they? No, they don't. Anyway, this is what I was going to tell you guys 2 minutes ago before I take a break. I was going to tell you, everybody's whining about how hot it is. It's hot. How hot is it? It's hot. Okay, whining. Well, in 1936, it was far hotter in America than it is today. Okay, the heat wave of 1936 was far deadlier. Abandoned vehicles were stuck on the side of the road. Tires were flattened. All kinds of things. Fields of dying crops. Ghost towns covering the black clouds of dust because there hadn't been any water or rain. The killer U.S. Heat wave of 1936 spread as far as Canada, and it led to heat-related death of an estimated 5,000 people. The thermostats went to a record 121 degrees. And you know what? We didn't have a whole bunch of air conditioning back in 1936. Okay, and still North Dakota, that's where it went, and made that July the warmest ever recorded in the history of the United States since they've been keeping records. Okay, I'm just telling you, all this whining about how hot it is. 121, that's hot, baby. That's hot. And there wasn't no air conditioning in 1936 to the extent that we have it today. So stop whining. All right, good morning. Who's this? All right, then. I'm a bang you. I really am. I'm really gonna bang you. I try to work with you, okay, but you're making it difficult to work. All right. So anyway, the next time you hear somebody today talking about how hot it is in America, try 121 degrees. Okay, 1936. Ooh, I guess we didn't have global warming then, did we? No. We hardly had any cars back then. We had a few, but not very many. Good morning. Who's this? All right, then. We'll be back right after this message.
That's their motto.
Check out the Sean Hannity Radio Show later today, right here.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-863-5858. That's 1-800-863-5858. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-863-5858. That's 1-800-863-5858.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
It could be information to change your life forever. Or the Something You Should Know podcast could just be something interesting. Eve Turrell Paul, she's author of a book called Hungry.
Identifying yourself by what you don't eat on its surface can seem silly. A lot of these behaviors are driven by things like loneliness. Food on social media is a social currency, but also a way to facilitate connection.
Join Mike Carruthers and guests for Something You Should Know. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
This is a court-ordered notice. If you were subject to the data breaches of the United States Office of Personnel Management and you experienced an out-of-pocket loss after the breaches, you can be eligible for a payment from a class action settlement. To see if you're eligible, go to opmdatabreach.com or call 1-855-917-3567. That's opmdatabreach.com or call 1-855-917-3567.
Anthony was working a dead-end job.
I was surviving, but I wasn't getting ahead anymore.
A friend told him about My Computer Career.
She's like, I'm already in the program. She's like, you'd be crazy if you don't do it. So I jumped right in and have not regretted it.
Anthony did it all online.
All you gotta do is have an internet connection and you can do it.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
You need to check out My Computer Career. It works for me, it'll definitely work for you too.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and stop smoking now without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Only $49.99 guaranteed. It's all the way you want for only $49.99 guaranteed. With Mark Patrick seminars that hypnosis can destroy unwanted cravings, late-day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating, and lose the weight. That's right. Seminar Wednesday, July 27th at the Hilton Garden Inn East in Montgomery, 8 to 10 p.m. Registration starts at 7:30. Weight loss seminar starts at 5:30. And stop smoking at 8 p.m.
Hi, this is Tom Lathan with Penny Earning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations to commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earn at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
Almost 3 million people use Navize to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthy. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navize, the world's only nose cleaner that helps flush out airborne germs with powered suction. But what do doctors have to say about Navize? Here's Dr. Tonya Farmer, a board-certified ear, nose, and throat specialist.
Most airborne allergens and viruses enter through your nose. When that happens, it can cause congestion and irritation, and that just makes you feel miserable. You can get a cold, you can get flu, sinus infections, or even worse. Flushing your nose with a saline solution is the most effective way to flush all of those dangerous threats out of your nose. So now when patients come in my office, I tell them I highly recommend that you use Navize on a daily basis for overall good health and wellness.
And Navage is all natural and drug-free at Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians, don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
But every now and then I get on my knees and I take my
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this hour been brought to you, of course, by J.L. Lane Truck and Auto. J.L. Lane Truck and Auto. There are a lot of places in town where you can buy a used car, a pre-loved car. A lot of places, but I can't think of any better place than J.L. Lane Truck and Auto. Okay, they got online inventory. You can check the car out before you even get there. You can buy there. You can pay there. Cars have been clean and cleared of all known issues and passed a rigorous inspection process. So if you're ready to ride, go to 208 Gun Road, 272-4313. Call them first. 208 Gun Road. Okay, and if they don't have it, ask for Steve. He can probably get it for you. That number is 272-4313. So you can come in walking and walk out talking and riding. Okay. JL Lane Truck and Auto.com. Go check out the inventory right now. Do it now. All right, let's go to the phone, see who is there for the time being. Let me see. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, Larry G. What's up?
You really don't want to get rid of the air, really. Because I thought now, a while ago you had the pastor there. Ed said God sees all and he hears all. That's not true. Like I said, Ed knows nothing about the word. I was surprised the pastor was interject. The Heavenly Father is very clear, Alfred. The God who made Alfred and Larry G. He said he turned a blind eye to unholy corrupt act. And likewise, he turned a deaf ear to unholy corrupt act. And you know this too. All you got to do is just call him on some of this stuff. Yesterday he called you talking about Moses. I know Paul. He don't know nothing about Paul. I told actually, who was Paul mom? Who was Paul there? You don't know that takes research. They're just an old fool. And some of his neighbors say, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but he's this and that. I'm not going to mention this. The thing is that if you really want to get rid of Ed Elkins, it's very, very simple. It's not hard to get rid of it. When you call him in, now he keeps saying God sees something here. God says he does not do that. Now, who are we going to believe that? Are we going to believe the God who created Elvis and Larry? Or are we going to believe this stupid Ed? If you really want to get rid of this guy, just take a moment. I see this morning. Now, he called in. You gave him about 3 minutes with a bunch of bull crap. And the pastor that he didn't interject. I want to do the pastor know that the Heavenly Father doesn't. It's not that he can't see all, Kevin. It's not that he can't hear all. But let me ask you something. Why would a holy God turn his attention to something that's corrupt and unholy? Can you answer that?
Well, of course, I'm not, I can't answer that. I don't know.
Yes, you can. His word, you believe the Bible, right?
Yes.
Okay, so God says he does not do that. And he keeps saying that his other thing, which is very symbolic, on you get a kick out of this. You said that whoever hates his brother is a murderer.
Right.
You just stop and call him on that. That is symbolic. There's only one way to be a murderer. And you know, and I know.
Right. You got to kill somebody. Right. You got to kill somebody. Yeah. But I guess there are many ways. I guess there are many ways to kill people. I mean, you don't just kill their spirit. You can kill their body. You can. I mean, I guess there are many. No.
Stopping their clock that hard.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know.
Once that clock stops, you're toast.
Okay.
Now, incidentally, I think the family up there in Akron, Ohio, is getting the Justice Department to look at that. The only thing I can see the cops can be charged with excessive shooting.
Because if you shoot, right, but if you shoot somebody one time and you kill them, what's the difference?
Well, see, the bottom line is simple. You don't take a 2 or 3 slugs. I think those cops are using those Glock 9, 20-round clips, and one guy reloaded. The bottom line, that was personal. And see, here's the deal. I hope these cops be fired.
Yeah.
To me, if I was in charge, I would give $1 million for every damn slug hit they got. Did he bring it on himself? Yes. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
But 60 rounds in a human body, then you
that is a little that is a little much. I must admit to you. But again, if you kill me with 1 or if you kill me with 60, I'm just as dead.
Well, I agree with that. But the point is that and such a thing is called acceptance.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. Taking a call. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, Miss Daisy.
How you doing, dear?
Pretty good. How you?
I don't mean to sound negative, but so don't call me anymore and question me why I have dropped the president of North Pass. Go downtown because you can't get to those folks because they won't answer the phone or answer the email. Why I had given up my president? Ask them why. Because they're not 1%. They have ignored us completely. Completely. They don't do nothing but take your tax money and do anything they wish with the tax money. You know what I suggest to them? What I'm going to do, I'm stopping. I'm not buying anything else in this city. I'm going to Prattville. I purchased out of outside HSN QVC. I'm sending to the address to my daughter-in-law. I'm not giving no more money to this city than I have to. It's ridiculous where they have treated us. I said, don't question me about it. Question those folks downtown. They ignore you. They don't do white folks this way. These folks are the worst folks I've ever dealt with. Now, worth 2 cents. And they should be ashamed of themselves. You pay all this money. How much money I have spent around this? Almost $4,000 in federal tax last year and property tax and all. And don't get no more respect. And we vote for these folks. But they're the worst group I've ever dealt with. They ignore you and they don't want to help you. They have to pick and choose in this city. And folks, don't question me. Question those folks not doing anything for certain areas in the city. Okay?
All righty then.
And you know how I feel about them. You know, I'm not a negative person. Anything I can do for anyone, I will do. But if you're not doing what you should be doing, I'm going to let folks know about you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Junior, I really haven't forgotten. I'm going to get over it.
Okay. Well, take your time. Take your time. All right. Appreciate it. Take your time. Take one more call. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
One shot to make a difference versus 50.
Yeah.
From a civilian, it make a difference on whether you go to prison for 10 to 20 to life, or get the elected care. So it makes a big difference regardless who does it. Because that was in the civilian world, it's what we call a heinous crime if the civilian was to do something like that. So, but I wanted to say this too, Kevin. You know, at least Ed is talking about the Lord. He might get it wrong sometimes, what have you, but there are worse things that can come out of people's mouths other than talking about the Lord. And he's not ashamed to actually talk about it, and all. So eventually he'll get it right one day. But I know that the Lord is happy that he's at least talking about it. Now I could see if you wanted to spin him for calling and playing these pranks and hanging up and doing all this crazy stuff. But I wouldn't use him talking about the Lord the reason to actually ban him.
Right. Well, no, that's not. That ain't the reason. I mean, listen. I don't want the good Lord ever see a picture of me getting somebody for bringing up his name. So that's not the issue. But the Bible said that all things in order, though. There's an order by which you do things. Yeah.
I don't want to speak about it, but also you were talking about science, and you don't believe in science, right?
I don't believe in global warming. Absolutely not.
Okay, but you got runways in the UK melting. You got all these other places, burning. I was looking at the map today. Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, places like that.
Every year, right? But every year something burns. Every year it gets hot in the summertime. And in 1936, I just gave it to you. 1936 didn't have a whole lot of air conditioning. It was the hottest on record in America. So yeah.
We can make a case that people eat pork all day.
That's right. That's right. So.
But it doesn't mean you go out there and do it.
And I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Exactly. So you can't be selective on what you agree with. And all these people that are making policies against science, I guarantee you they take you that.
Again. Right. But again, the same year in 1936 that it was hot, earlier in 1930, 1935, it was one of the worst cold spells in America. The climate does not change. Right. So these.
Why follow science and wear a mask and take your vaccine. So if people died then, they're going to die now. So what difference does it make?
Well, again, though, I'm just saying, let's not be hyperbolic on these things, exaggerate things. There's every summer in America, around the world, it gets hot. Every summer.
But we can't choose to be ignorant, and there's a choice in it of it all.
So, okay, now let me ask you a question.
As far as philosophy is concerned, these Republicans, such as Joe Manchin, right?
Right.
You know, Joe Manchin has a lot of dog in this fight. He's from West Virginia. It's cold city, and everything. They make their living off coal.
That's right.
And so of course he's going to vote against climate change. So that means that you got to clean up.
Wait a minute. God made the coal. He made the ability for us to get fuel from the earth. So if the sun has not moved and the moon has not moved, so now here's what I believe. I believe we can have different effects on our environment for the stupid things we do. God made it all. Exactly.
He made weed,
right.
Marijuana and everything.
Right.
Yeah. Make guns, but it does not make it healthy.
Yeah.
And it does not make it right, Kevin.
Okay.
I mean,
Listen. If you want to believe, I'm with you. But listen, if you want to believe in global warming, I ain't mad at you. I just do not believe in it. I think it's a crock. It's a way to keep taking. Because let me tell you something. When you go to EV, all these electric vehicles, poor people are going to be the ones who end up paying for all of this crap because they won't be able to live in their own home because the electric bill is going to go up so much.
Right, but Manchin is getting paid over hundreds of millions of dollars to fight a fight that does not connect with us that we can understand. We're the ones that are suffering and dealing with this stuff.
Well, listen, I'm just glad he's fighting. I'm just glad he's fighting. They need to pay him more because them idiots in the White House right now with global warming is going to take every dime, every additional dime we get. We catching hell now.
I know, but what I understand is, you're an intelligent person. You went to school. Be curious.
I am curious. I am curious. If this was the winter time and it got this hot, I'd be with you guys. Yeah.
Revelations in the Bible.
Yes. Yes.
And you believe that revelation is true, right? But you haven't seen it, but you believe it's true, right?
Well, I believe that it represents a course of mankind. Right. Right. But I don't believe in global warming.
Okay, but you believe in God who you haven't seen, and you believe in Jesus' revelation, right?
Because somebody made this where we live. Somebody made it, created it. I believe in that. But I don't believe in global warming. Listen, I gotta take a break, man. I gotta go. I don't believe in it. I'm sorry. It's a bunch of crap. But it's just a way to extract money out of poor folks, ignorant people. And now Alabama Power is going. Oh, Alabama Power is going to take our gas, our light bill up starting next month. Not because it costs more, but because they got to use more fuel, more fossil fuel now in order to create more electricity. Oop, I guess, I guess we just going to get screwed. There are going to be people who lose their homes, who lose their livelihoods, okay, because of these stupid rules. If the sun has not moved from where it originally was when we were all born. Okay, the moon's still where it's supposed to be. Now, if somebody said the sun got a little closer to us, I'm with you, brother. Then we need, but I gotta go. We'll be back. But y'all, listen, for all those moonbeams out there with the tinfoil hats on, hey, right on. Believe what you want to believe. That's like them men who think they're women. Hey, I can't stop you from believing it, but that don't make it so. We'll be back.
Check out Guitar George. He knows all the chords. But he's strictly rhythm, he doesn't want to make it cry or sing. If an old guitar is all he can afford.
All-in-one hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job and get hiring today by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
First alert heads up for today. Showers and storms are possible on a 50 to 60% chance. Scattered showers and storms early this afternoon into this evening.
Global warming.
Later this afternoon, the second half of the afternoon into the evening. Any of the storms that come through could have strong to damaging wind gusts, some hail, as well as very heavy rain and a lot of lightning. Highs before the storms get here well into the 90s. Another chance of scattered showers and storms, but no severe weather for Friday. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 14.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Hello, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. You keep listening, and we will keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Enjoy your favorite movies at the AMC Festival Plaza Theater. Then eat at the Bubbly Inn, Montgomery's newest restaurant. It's all at Festival Plaza, Taylor and Vaughn, at JLL Managed Development. Buckle up, front and back. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major
You love
Delay.
your car, yes. But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pros. This is a court-ordered notice. If you were subject to the data breaches of the United States Office of Personnel Management and you experienced an out-of-pocket loss after the breaches, you could be eligible for a payment from a class action settlement. To see if you're eligible, go to opmdatabreach.com or call 1-855-917-3567. That's opmdatabreach.com or call 1-855-917-3567.
Oh, Lord.
Anthony was working a dead end.
Baby, everything is all right.
I told him about my computer career.
I'm already in the program. She's like, it'd be crazy if you don't do it. So I jumped right in and have not regretted it.
Anthony did it all online.
All you gotta do is have an internet connection, and you can do it.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
You need to check out My Computer Career. If it worked for me, it'll definitely work for you too.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Join Mark Packer seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Only $49.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating, and stop smoking. This hypnosis is designed to destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. The weight loss seminar is Wednesday, July 27th at Hilton Garden Inn East in Montgomery from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Registration begins at 5 p.m. Stop smoking seminar starts at 8 p.m. Registration starts at 7:30 p.m.
This is a court-ordered notice. If you were subject to the data breaches of the United States Office of Personnel Management and you experienced an out-of-pocket loss after the breaches, you could be eligible for a payment from a class action settlement. To see if you're eligible, go to opmdatabreach.com or call 1-855-917-3567. That's opmdatabreach.com or call 1-855-917-3567.
Anthony was working a dead-end job.
I was surviving, but I wasn't getting ahead anymore.
A friend told him about My Computer Career.
She's like, I'm already in the program. She's like, it'd be crazy if you don't do it. So I jumped right in and have not regretted it.
Anthony did it all online.
All you gotta do is have an internet connection, and you can do it.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
You need to check out My Computer Career. If it worked for me, it'll definitely work for you too.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-683-7713. That's 1-800-683-7733. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-683-7733. That's 1-800-683-7733.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com.
Your local radio stations are here for you. No subscriptions or monthly fees necessary. We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need, and the music you love. But if the foreign-owned record labels get their way, it could stop the music. They want Congress to force radio stations to pay them more money, simply to play their music. Don't let radio go silent. Text LOCAL to 52886 and tell Congress to protect local radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
All righty then. We are back. Good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well. It's Friday Eve, which means tomorrow is Friday, hopefully. It'll get here. Let's go back to the phone right quick to talk to some of these patient people. Good morning. Yes. What? Oh, the $19 wasn't on mine. And next week and next month they're gonna start getting it all back. So I mean, you know, okay. Mm-hmm. Really? What was it? What was your bill? Yeah, mine was $235. It's hard out there, boy. Oh well. All right, appreciate it. So Alabama probably gonna give you a rebate, but then turn around and take the rebate back. So is that a rebate? I don't think so. Good morning. Who's this? Yes.
You're gonna be cool after that tea party from Martin. So the only shower you're gonna get today.
Yeah.
He said you need to look around and see what's happening all over the world.
Mm.
What's happening in Europe right now? What's Germany having to do? They're having to go back and open up their coal mines.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially for this winter, they will freeze to death. All those countries over there that wanted to go green.
Yeah, go green.
Yeah, they are going
back to coal, brother. Back to coal.
Back to coal, and they're going. Some of them have some nuclear plants, so they're trying to rebuild those.
Yeah.
But you can't listen. You can't have windmills and what's that other thing? Solar panels.
Yeah, solar panels.
You just can't pop everything by that. But and by the way, all these global warming, they think that they tell you that the sea level's going to rise.
Right. That's what this keeps saying.
Where's Obama's place up in Martha's Vineyard? Right by the what?
By the water.
Where's this place in Hawaii?
Yeah, right on the water. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess in our.
Do they really believe it?
Now I don't believe it does. I think it just listen. It's about green, all right. How to get all of ours.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now Brandon, he's got that gas. He's got the $5 a gallon. It'll probably go higher, but let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. Outstanding. Appreciate it. Let me take a call if I get out because my time is almost up. Good morning. Who's this? Yours is more than mine. Man, you need to close off some of them rooms. Get you some window units.
United States was July the 10th, 1913. Death Valley. It was 134 degrees.
Yeah. Right. And I got to run because I'm running out of time. Again, since this last call. So it's not the first time in America it's gotten hot. Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Elton.
Yes, sir.
You know, if you guys don't believe it, you should not complain when they raise the price of those food stuff and those food stuff because there's a famine in the land when you get all this heat. So you should not complain about the prices in those stores.
As long as I got a dog out back, I ain't gonna complain. I'll cook him.
Well, that's what you do. Not complain about what's in those stores because you guys run the radio somebody knows and they telling you. As a matter of fact, the government tends the air and they can tell you that different things in the air now than what it used to be.
Yeah, I know. And there are a lot of things that are out there that didn't used to be.
Yeah, but you just talking about they can tell you what's causing
Okay. And I still don't believe in global warming. I believe. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hey, I gotta run. Appreciate it. All right.
Good morning. I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Thursday.
Starting with the latest on the monkeypox outbreak, the state of Alabama has confirmed
Over and done.
don't know what the 2 cases were reported, but the 2 previous cases were reported in Mobile and Jackson County. More health news this morning. The Omicron subvariant of the COVID-19 virus continues to fuel a new wave of cases. Data from the Alabama Department of Public Health shows 669 Alabamians in the hospital with COVID-19, a number nearly 7 times higher than 2 months ago. WSFA 12 News and 12 News Defenders have teamed up with local volunteers to launch a new service called Call for Action. It's designed to help consumers who feel like their rights have been violated. If you need help, you can call the Call for Action phone bank. It's open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 1-800-220-2001 or visit our website, WSFA.com. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
WLWI AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
Mark Patrick Seminars is coming to Montgomery Wednesday, July 27th for one day only. Here, Mark talks about how hypnosis works to help people lose weight or stop smoking.
Over and done. Well, guys,
we have an image of a non-smoker.
it's Friday Eve.
Non-smoker behaviors and beliefs.
So,
we have an image of a smoker. We
share
have the habits of a smoker. If we have the image of a person who is overweight, we live up to those expectations. So one of the things we focus on with our programs is this: is we work on at the subconscious level the